to Body Logic Health. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at knee pain. Knee pain we tend to see a little bit more of during the summer as people go out, start walking more, running more exercise. We're putting more load through the knee, but generally there's a reason that this happens. And I want to look at a couple of potential reasons your knee pain might have occurred in the first place, but also why it might come back. And really that's the thing we want to avoid. Having pain once and being able to get rid of it and settle down is great. Having it reoccur can become a real problem and actually a real issue for you long term, because you're starting to change the loading in the joint, you're starting to create wear and tear problems, and longer term that's going to create bigger issues for you. So let's have a little look where we're looking at, in the knee, we're looking on the medial side mostly. So on the inside of the knee, you can get a deep ache or maybe even a superficial ache that you can touch sometimes on the knee from the stress and the loading from the two issues that related to your movement we're going to look at. Sometimes you will notice you'll put pressure in here, you can get pain through the lower end of the ITB or into the lateral side of the knee as you're compressing into the joint, and that can create some problems. Occasionally you'll find it just below the knee itself on the tib-fib joint. So there's a couple of areas you can get the pain, but what we want to look at is why biomechanically that might be happening. So I'm just going to look at my leg here. We've got it lined up, so I've got my foot nice and straight, knee nice and straight. Now, as I move here, what we want to see is that my knee comes down in that nice smooth alignment, my knee staying outside my big toe. So as I look down, I can see my big toe, my foot's straight, my hips in line, my knees in line. That's really what we want to see. What we will tend to see when we have some of these issues, option one, is that the hip loses some of the control and stresses the knee. So as I come down, my knee comes into that midline, and you can see the angle has changed through here. It's not down, it's coming inside. I can't see my big toe, and I'm stressing those medial structures in my knee, which can elicit the pain that you might be experiencing. So that's option one. Option two actually will happen from below. So we're looking now at the foot, and we'll start to get restrictions in how we move, which will mean that your foot will turn out a lot further than normal. So as you do your knee movement, your foot is facing out, but your hip and knee are going straight down. I still can't see the big toe, but you can see that my foot is facing out. So I can probably see my fifth, fourth, and maybe even my third toe as I go down. And so that again increases that stress on the inside of the knee. So they're the two movement options. Now it's really easy to stand single leg in front of a mirror and just do those movements and see what your body is doing. Is your hip driving the knee in, or do you turn your foot out to the side to keep your balance to go down? If they're present, they're issues that are going to lead to recurrence. So if you've had knee problems and they've resolved, and this is something that you're seeing, it's definitely worth getting it sorted out now and making sure you're moving better for your movement health and your long-term future. Thank you.